Welcome everybody. This is our Thera yoga class. Let's come on into your seated mountain pose. So find that slight wedge shape to your chair. Sit up tall with the hips slightly above the knees. And here we go. So sitting up nice and tall. Get those feet in a comfortable place. And get your core strength working. As you sit up tall, you can feel that core begin to kind of lengthen the sides of your waist a little bit. Feel like you're lengthening your spine as you take a nice inhale. And relax a little bit as you exhale, maintaining the tone in your lower abdomen. So let's take another nice deep breath. Inhale. Feeling that whole lung capacity, 360 degrees as best you can. Feel that length in your spine. And as you exhale, soften, especially the shoulders a little bit. Let them soften to home. And one more time, inhale. Really deep breath, filling that whole lung capacity. And exhale, soften and relax. Let's shake those hands out a little bit. Drop them back down to your side. And sitting up tall, do some shoulder rolls, one at a time, bringing a shoulder forward, up, around, back and down. And let's call that back and down place home. So bringing your shoulders home with a shoulder roll each time. Now, isolating the shoulders is one thing that sometimes we forget. I forget it by turning my neck. There's Phyllis. Yay. Phyllis found it. Yay. Welcome, Phyllis. We're sitting in our nice seated mountain, rolling the shoulders, breathing, aware of your breath, and settling with that nice core strength working. So one thing that I've noticed in how I grew for an inch in the last year, the sides of my waist are a little bit longer. And that happens when you really engage that core strength. So just engaging that core with each breath as we're doing this today. So now here we are, our feet are slightly pointed out as well as the knees and the heels on the floor. Sitting up tall with that neck length. And let's take those hands and bring them to the back, your shoulders. Maybe give yourself a little pat on the shoulders. And then you can give yourself a little shoulder rub. And then slide those fingers up the neck and lengthen the neck any amount. And do that a few times. So do what feels good. I like to squeeze my neck with my hands and lengthen and massage that skull, the base of the skull there, any amount. Notice how it feels. Get a little more flexibility, a little length in that spine, especially the neck here. And then as you're ready, let those arms relax alongside your body, shake it out. Let's do a few of those hand exercises. These exercises that we do with our hands are designed, they're a form of Tibetan yoga. And they actually do stimulate all the organs, different organs at different places stimulate different organs. So relax your shoulders, relax your elbows. Keep breathing, keep your spine nice and long and tall. And then take the sides of your hands from that place where your thumb connects to your wrist or near your wrist to where your index finger connects with your palm. And just loosely make a fist, just nice loose fist, and then tap together. Keeping the shoulders and the elbows fairly relaxed. let's tap here anywhere from 60 to 100 times. So we'll go for about a minute, tapping the edge of your hands together, or clapping the edge of your hands together with a loose fist. Keep breathing deeply and gently, and just feel this. And it may feel, you know, a little, I wouldn't say painful, but there is some impact there. So it may be a little bit painful. If it's very painful, do something else. But if it feels like it's a good, you know, stimulation for your organs, let's keep going just a few more seconds here. Good. Now relax. Wow, don't they feel warm? Feel that warmth that happens when you do that. Shake them out a little bit. Shake those fingers, spread and relax, spread and relax. Shake. And then let's open up those palms to that receptive place. Keep the shoulders and elbows as relaxed as you can. Bring your palms comfortably in front of you. And this time we're going to clap together the sides of the hands from the little finger all the way to the wrist. And again, we're going about 60 to 100 times. So we'll go for about a minute. Keep breathing, keep relaxing that shoulder area. Don't let your shoulders tense up. Stay as relaxed as you can and breathing gently. Keep clapping the edges of your hands together. Good. Now shake it out a little bit, wiggle those fingers, and just notice how the edges of your hands feel. Maybe a little tingly, maybe a little warm, maybe a little painful, hopefully not painful. Okay, shake it out again. And you can shake from the wrists, the fingers, the elbows, even the shoulders. Shake the whole arm out. Okay, so now the next one we're going to do is making that kind of a flower or a vase. So bring the base of your palms together, your wrist, and keeping the hands fairly relaxed and shoulders and elbows as relaxed as you can. Clap that wrist area just at the base of your hands together. And we are working on our whole body as we do this. This is a form of reflexology. Okay, that's probably about 60 or so. Shake it out. Keep breathing. Now let's do just one more. And this one's maybe a little awkward feeling, but just see if you can enjoy it. So this time we're going to clap the inner parts of the fingers together. So you interlace those fingers and clap. Keeping those shoulders relaxed, the elbows relaxed. And maybe it feels a little awkward. That's okay. Just you're stimulating, in this case, the base of the fingers. Ray, maybe you can help me figure out, is this like the shoulder area and the eyes, or where are we stimulating when we're doing this?
The head in general.
The head in general. The head, the shoulders, the neck. So if you have a headache, this might be a good one. Now, notice how your hands are clasped, and then release and do it the opposite way, your non-habitual way. Oh, that feels so weird. Keep the wrists as relaxed as you can. Feels pretty weird, but you know, it's another way of bringing awareness to your whole body. and how it feels, a different exercise to do. Okay, let's release, relax, shake it out. Notice how you feel. Waggle, wiggle, shake, and add the whole arms, shake a little bit. Okay, give yourself a shoulder roll. Bring those shoulders home. Sit up tall. Make sure your rib cage is anchored in, and you're kind of, imagine that you have a really strong cord or cable attached to the very top of your head, and it's lifting you and it's lengthening you any amount. So now let's begin to be aware of the feet and press a little bit into your heels and feel that cascading action. And you may not see or feel much movement, but just press into your heels. Breathe, press into those heels, and then relax. Let's do that with the breath. As you inhale, press into your heels. Feel that cascading muscular action up your body. And exhale, soften and relax. So there are some subtle movements. Again, as you inhale, press into your heels. And exhale, soften and relax. Notice how you get taller. As you, one more time, inhale, press into the heels. And exhale, relax. Good. Now bring those feet, go ahead and do your inchworm forward. Waking up all those muscles and joints in the foot, and inchworm back. Inchworm forward. Do that at least 5 times, forward and back. How does it feel? Forward, back, and then forward one more time, and find that comfortable place for your feet and knees. So feet separated, toes and knees pointing out just slightly. Let's sit up tall and tap for 30 seconds. So your heels stay on the floor and you're tapping the fronts of your feet. Breathing deeply and gently, tap for 30 seconds. We've gone about 10 seconds. Let's keep going for 20 more. Maintaining your long spine, your inner corset is working, your rib cage anchored in, your neck is long. Keep breathing. And that's about 30 seconds. Now relax, 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 and notice the difference between that action and relaxation. And then you can take one foot at a time, back to stretch it. One side. Breathe. And the other side, stretch. Breathe. And then bring that foot forward again. Find that most comfortable place for your feet and knees. And let's tap again for 30 seconds. Maintaining that nice long spine, the length in your neck, the stacked back. Breathing deeply and gently. This second time, I really feel it more than the first. Do you? Probably. Now relax. That's 30 seconds. Relax, relax. And one at a time, you can bring a foot back. Keep breathing. Switch sides. Good. Now sitting up tall with those feet in a comfortable place. Make sure your sits bones are squared up to the chair. You're able to have that length in your spine. Let's do a couple moving mountains. As you inhale, float those arms up overhead. Feel the stretch. Maybe your chin will dip down a little bit and you'll look a little bit towards the floor. And as you exhale, soften back to your arms alongside your body. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, feel the stretch in your spine. And exhale, soften. Relax those arms alongside your body. This time we'll turn the head as one arm comes down and the other stays up. As you inhale, bring those arms up. Feel the stretch. I'm going to start with the left side today. As I exhale, I'm going to float the left arm down and gently turn to look towards the left. Oh, it feels so good. And as I inhale, float the arm back up, bring the head forward, feel the stretch. Right arm floats down as you exhale, gently turning to look towards the right. Relax the arm. And then as you inhale, float it back up, bringing the head forward. Feel the stretch. Exhale, left arm floats down, turning gently to look towards the left. Relax it down as best you can. And as you inhale, float it back up, and simultaneously the head comes forward. Feel the stretch. Exhale, right arm floats down, gently turning to look towards the right. Relax it as completely as you can there briefly. And then as you inhale, float it back up and bring the head forward. One more time on each side. Exhale, left arm floats down, gently turning to look towards the left. Relax it. And as you inhale, float it back up. Bring the head forward. Feel the stretch. Exhale, right arm floats down, gently turning to look towards the right. As you inhale, float that arm back up and bring the head forward. Feel the stretch. Now with the exhale, let's bring those elbows back a little bit as you bend them and feel that area between your shoulder blades. So let the shoulders come down, 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 and squeeze them towards each other, creating that crease between your shoulders, any amount. Breathe. Take 3 breaths, squeezing that crease between your shoulders, maybe moving a little bit up and down, bringing a little more mobility to those shoulders. Maybe even a slight shoulder roll here. How does that feel? And then relax and release those arms alongside your body. Keep breathing. Okay, let's do our turn with the receptive hands. So this time we're turning from the waist up, right? As you inhale, maybe you feel a little compassion and care come into your hands. And as you exhale, bring that compassion and care over from the right hand, bring it over to the left and turn gently from the waist up towards the left. As you inhale, float back to that receptive place with your hands. Keep those shoulders and elbows relaxed. This time as you exhale, that left hand brings some care and compassion to the right side of the body as you gently turn from the waist up. And then as you inhale, come back to that receptive place. Let's do that 2 more times on each side. Exhale, right hand comes over to the left side of the body. Wherever it wants to end up, install some compassion and care. And as you inhale, open back up to that receptive place. Exhale, now the left hand comes over to the right side of the body as the body turns from the waist up, any amount. Inhale, back to center. One more time on each side. As you exhale, the right hand comes over to the left side of the body. Wherever it ends up is fine. Relax that left arm. And then as you inhale, come back to center. You're turning from the waist up. And as you exhale, left hand comes over to the right side of the body, turning from the waist up towards the right. Inhale, back to center. And notice how you feel. Just rest your palms on your thighs, above your knees, wherever it feels comfortable. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale fully. Good. Okay, so let's pick up some weights and do a little bit of weightlifting. Starting with some calf lifts. So resting those weights above your knees. calf lift consists of lifting those heels up, bringing the toes. The toes are on the floor still, and then the heels come down and the toes lift. Do that at your own pace, 12 or 15 times. Sitting up nice and tall, maintain that core strength and length. Good. And again, check your alignment, make sure you're nice and tall. Bring those weights alongside your body. And let the shoulders be at home. Let's do our bicep curls in 3 increments. First increment, tiny little pumps, 10 times. 1, 2, go slow. I have to remind myself to go slow. 4, tiny little pumps. 5, 6, the slower you go, the faster you build muscles. 8, 9, 10. Now change the angle. A little bit higher. Lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's too slow, go at your own pace, whatever feels best. 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe relax your grip on those weights a little bit. I'm telling myself that as I noticed my grip was a little too intense. 4. Now we're at that third increment. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Lower down slowly. Keep breathing. Give yourself a shoulder roll with the weights in hand. And then as you're ready, bring those weights up above and behind your head for a tricep extension. Really feel your core working here. So maintain that core strength and press up and release back 5 times. 2. Keep breathing. 3. 4. And 5. And as you're ready, let those shoulders relax down the back to home. Bring the elbows bending and bring your arms alongside your body. Notice how you feel. Let's do another set of those 3-part bicep curls. Here we go. Tiny little pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you go faster, just do more. 8, 9, 10. Second increment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just small movements. Go slow in that small movement. 10. Okay, now third increment. 1, 2, maintain your length and strength in your core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now relax the arms down slowly. Notice how you feel. Give yourself a shoulder roll on each side. And then let's bring the weights up about here. So keeping those shoulders at home, just up and down a little bit. Let's do about 10 of these. Just take it easy. Go at a pace and an angle that feels good for you. 3, 4, you don't have to lift them much. Do what feels best for you. 5, maintaining your core strength. 6, 7, 8. I like to remind myself to not grip those weights so intensely. And there's 10. Now relax those arms alongside your body. Give yourself a shoulder roll on each side. Notice how you feel. Let's do one more set of bicep curls. And maybe you'll change the angle of the weights. This is my habit to have the weights this way. I'm going to do it this way for now. And maybe you want to change to a different way. You choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Second increment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the third increment. 1, 2, 3. One thing I'm noticing about this way to hold the weights, you don't have to have an intense grip. You can kind of loosen up on your weights. 7, 8, 9, 10. I was kind of guessing on that count since I didn't count. Let's shake it out a little bit, give yourself a shoulder roll. And let's set those weights down now for a moment and give ourselves your choice, a hand massage or a foot massage, okay? So I know Fran, I know you like to work on your hands, and Phyllis, you like to work on your feet. Let's each do whatever feels best in the moment for you. So maybe you'll give yourself a foot rub, or maybe you'll work on your hands. You choose. And any amount. Give some love to your feet and your hands. Some care and compassion. They deserve it. Some gratitude and appreciation coming through your hands into your feet, or from one hand into the other hand. And if you're doing your feet, you can sit up tall and stretch a leg when you're ready. Switching sides as you're ready. And I hope I'm not rushing you. Just find that stretch when you're ready. And as you finish that, we can do a little bit of stretch with our hands together. So sitting up nice and tall, take your hands and clasp them together, keeping the shoulders and elbows fairly relaxed. Turn them inside out and stretch any amount. Take about 3 breaths with this stretch. And then release. You can gently rub those palms together. And then interlace in your non-habitual way. So whichever way you usually do it, do the opposite and stretch again. Keep breathing. Stretch for about 3 breaths. Keep those shoulders low at home. And release. Shake those fingers. Good. Let's come up to standing now. So as you're ready, come on up to standing. And with support from whatever you have, a ledge, a chair, a wall, find your mountain pose near that support. Stand up nice and tall. Feel that slight length in your waist as you engage all those core muscles. Become a little taller. Keep breathing. Let's do a couple moving mountains here standing. So with this one, you can keep the heels and the whole foot on the floor, or if you want, you can inhale and stretch the arms up, bringing the heels up off the floor a little bit. And as you exhale, gently come back to your mountain pose. Bring the weight to the heels. And if it feels fun, wiggle those toes a little bit. Let's do that again. As you inhale, bring the weight forward, whether or not you bring the heels up off the floor. Stretch those arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring the arms, let the arms relax alongside the body and bring the weight to the heels. Wiggle the toes. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, stretch both arms up overhead. Feel the stretch in the sides of your body. And as you exhale gently, come back down to mountain. Notice how you feel. Give yourself a shoulder roll, just a little shoulder roll on each side or both together. Shake it out a little bit. Okay, let's do a tree pose now. So use your support as needed. And with an inhale, let's shift the weight to the right side. Feel that groundedness as you exhale. Can you feel it through the whole feet? Your weight is mostly in the heels. As you're ready, peel that left heel up off the floor. Come up to your toes. Maybe you'll bounce those toes a little bit and turn the leg out a little bit from the root of the leg. Bring that foot to wherever you want to put it today for your tree pose. Keep that standing leg knee a little soft. Don't lock it. Notice how you feel. Keep breathing. Anything that feels fun that you want to do with your hands. Maybe you have one hand you're holding, so you can do some movement with the other hand. Bring some fluid movement to your arms or your arm as you stay centered on one foot. Keep breathing. Maybe you can just imagine that you're a supple willow tree blowing in the breeze. One arm is just softly moving. Now, as you're ready, return to your mountain. Notice how you feel. Keep breathing. Let's do the other side similarly. With an inhale, shift to the left. Exhale, ground. Feel that groundedness. And as you're ready, with an inhale, peel the right heel up. Come up to the toes. Maybe you'll bounce them a little bit. Notice the toes. Turning the leg from the root of the leg out, and then bring that foot to wherever you want to put it today for your tree pose. It could be here, could be here. Please don't put any pressure on the knee. Keep breathing, whatever you're doing, and you can do whatever feels fun with your hands or with one hand. Some fluid movement for those joints, any amount. Keep breathing and move. Maybe some nice big circles with the arm. And as you're ready, return to mountain. Notice how you feel. Keep breathing. Okay, let's do a little bit more standing on one leg. So using your support again, find your mountain. Nice long spine, shoulders at home. Shift your weight to the right. And this time, just bring your knee up to the toes and bring those toes out a little bit and bounce the toes. And then lift the foot and shake it out a little bit. Just any amount. Shake that foot out. Maybe the knee will want to shake a little bit. And if you want to help with that left hand, you can hold your left hand behind the thigh and just keep it there. Notice how you feel. Rotate your foot, point and flex. And as you're ready, bring that foot back to the floor and return to your mountain. Notice how you feel. Second side, maybe you'll turn around, do whatever you need to do to have that support. With an inhale, shift to the left. Exhale, ground. As you're ready, peeling that right heel up off the floor, come up to your toes, bring them forward a little bit, and then release them from the floor. And do whatever feels good on this side. Maybe something similar to the other side, shake it out. You can use that right hand to just help support that leg lifted. Keep breathing. You can extend, point and flex. Keep breathing. Shake a little bit. And as you're ready, return that foot to the floor and return to your mountain. Notice how you feel. Keep breathing. Okay, so we've done a couple of balance poses. Let's do our hero 2 pose. So this is a wider stance. Wider stance, side of your mat. Before we go into the hero 2, just do a little, just any slight squat. And remember, you want to have those inner thighs kind of rolled from the inside to the outside. Just a little bit of a roll there. Knees pointing in the same direction as the middle of the toes. How does this feel? Maintain that long spine. Maybe you'll lean forward just a little bit. You can take your hands and put them on your thighs, perhaps. This is called a horse stance. Breathe. And then gently let those knees straighten a bit. Come on up, roll your shoulders, shake it out. Okay, so now let's turn that right foot out, and maybe simultaneously you'll move that left foot to comfort. So, and your whole body is turning as you turn those feet, right? It's all connected. So now your right foot is pretty much parallel with the edge of the mat. Adjust that left foot for comfort. As you inhale, bend that right knee, bring the arms up and turn your head. Hero 2. As you exhale, soften back to where you started. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, gently and ever so slightly bend that right knee, lift your arms and turn your head. And as you exhale, soften out of the pose. So the knee doesn't have to move much. As you inhale, slightly bend the right knee, lift the arms and turn the head. Let's stay here this time. As you exhale, soften a little bit. What happens with your knee when you soften? Mine bends a little bit more. And then as I inhale and draw the inner thighs isometrically towards each other, feeling that lift in from the rib cage away from the hips, my knee might straighten up a little bit. Exhale, soften, and it bends a little bit more. What happens with yours? as you inhale and feel the length and strength. And as you exhale and soften, notice those subtle movements. One more time, inhale, feel the length and strength in this pose. And this time as you exhale, just gently let the arms relax down. You can take your right hand to your right knee to keep it safe and aligned, and open up that left shoulder. So you kind of move your torso from more pointing towards the right to more open. Notice that. Now open up that left shoulder. Keep breathing. That right knee is bent, but not too much. Now, as you're ready, you can bring that left arm up and over the ear for a wide angle bend. Breathe. Feel the stretch, especially in the left side of your body as you inhale. Feel that length, that strength. As you exhale, soften a little bit and notice those subtle motions. Inhale, feel the length and strength. Exhale, soften. If you want to parallel your arms, you can do that. Feel that length as you inhale. Soften as you exhale. One more breath. Inhale, stretch, exhale. Now let's bring those arms down. Lift yourself upright and turn all those toes more forward. Notice how your left side feels compared to the right here. Breathe. And then let's do the other side. So start moving those feet. Maybe they'll move simultaneously. Bringing that left foot to point over towards the left and adjusting the right for comfort. As you inhale, bend that left knee, bring the arms parallel with the floor and turn your face to look towards the left. As you exhale, soften back to our starting place. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale into hero 2 and exhale, soften out. One more time. Inhale, hero 2. This time you can stay here. As you exhale, feel a little bit of softness, especially in the shoulders, the elbows, maybe the knee as well. Inhale, feel the length and strength, like you're pressing into your feet. You're drawing your inner thighs isometrically towards each other, lifting that rib cage above the hips, reaching through the crown of the head and the fingertips. And then as you exhale, soften a little bit. Couple more breaths like that. Inhale, feel the length and strength in this pose. Exhale, soften. One more breath. Inhale, feel that length and strength in the pose. And this time, as you exhale, release the arms down, lean over to the side and open up to face the camera. For me, it's the camera. For you, it's the screen, right? If you're watching me, you're looking at the screen. Roll that right shoulder open now. Keep breathing. And you can have that left hand on the knee if that feels good. Breathe. As you're ready, you can bring that right arm and either up like this or bend the elbow and straighten it like that. So different ways. You can bring it up straight, or you can bring it up and straighten, okay? So have the palm face the midline and feel the stretch as you inhale and soften a little as you exhale. Inhale, stretch, exhale, soften. If you want to parallel your arms, that make sure you're not crunching that left side. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, soften. One more breath. Lengthen with that inhale and relax your arms back down to your side. Lift yourself up and turn those feet forward. Keep breathing. Let's go ahead and heel toe the feet back to mountain. And notice how you feel. You can shake each limb. Roll those shoulders. Have the palms face forward. How does that feel? Bring the arm up and down with the palm facing forward. reach, stretch, and release. Let's do that again. Left side, facing the palm forward, stretch, and release. Right side, facing the palm forward, stretch up, and release. Left side, facing the palm forward, stretch up, and release. Good. So I'm spreading my hands out intentionally just to get more action. You can do that as well. Spread those fingers and relax. Let's inhale, spread those fingers, stretch them away from each other. And exhale, soften, relax a little. One more time, inhale, stretch all those fingers away from each other. And exhale, soften, relax, shake it out. Okay, it's time now to come down onto the floor or into your recliner and make sure you have something to put your feet up on for our last 5 minutes. So come on down as you're ready. And stretch out. Stretch that spine. So however it feels best for you, get your spine nice and stretched. Rib cage anchored in. Bring your hands to your neck and your shoulders. Stretch that neck a little bit. Keep breathing. And once you're nice and stretched out, go ahead and bend those knees. Bring the feet flat to the floor. Notice how you feel. Relax a moment. Bring your awareness to all the parts of your body that are on the floor. How do the soles of your feet feel? Grounded? How do your hips feel? On the floor. Relax, relax as best you can. Let those shoulders spread out evenly on both sides. Relax. Relax your neck. Keep breathing. Okay, now as you're ready, the feet should be about hip width apart, comfortably close to the hips. And exhale fully. With an inhale, pick those feet up off the floor. You can rest your hands on top of your knees with the fingertips pointing towards the feet. As you exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. And if your hands are resting on your knees, as you inhale, the arms will stretch as the knees come away from the body. As you exhale, the elbows bend. You don't have to pull on your knees. Avoid pulling or pushing. Okay, so just gentle stretching and contracting. Inhale, let the arms stretch and the knees come away from the chest. And exhale, the elbows gently bend as the knees come towards the chest or the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Now, if it feels good, you can wrap your hands around the backs of your thighs and do a very slight side to side motion. So go easy and slow and just notice that weight shifting from one side. Does your opposite hip lift up off the floor as you shift over to that side? And then come back to center. Notice how it feels. And then over to the other side. Any amount. See if you can stay in control. You don't have to have your arms wrapped around your legs. If it feels better with the arms on the floor, you can do that. It may feel more supportive with the arms on the floor. Do what feels best for you. Keep breathing. A little more side to side action. If that feels good, you can get a nice twist. Just take care. If you have lower back issues, you might want to not do this or just do it ever so slightly. You can also do this with your feet on the floor, windshield wiper. So let's bring those feet to the floor, have them walked out to as wide as the mat is wide. And then the knees go one way, the head goes the other, any amount. Windshield wipe from one side to the other. Good. I just have the slows today. I'm just into moving slow today. Okay, so as you complete those side to side motions, let's do a few half bridges here. So we just have a couple more minutes. Let's do a couple half bridges. So bring those feet comfortably close to the hips. The arms are resting alongside your body. With an inhale, press into those feet, floating the hips up, feel those gluteals squeeze, and float the arms up overhead. As you exhale, float everything back down to the floor. Inhale, floating up. And exhale, float everything back down to the floor. This time, let's keep the hips up there and explore a little bit, and keep the arms up as well if it feels good for you. As you inhale, float up. And this time, as you exhale, let the elbows bend and bring the arms into cactus. And snuggle around, get the shoulders comfortable. So now let's stay in cactus. And as you inhale, squeeze those gluteals, lifting the hips up. Exhale, soften, relax the gluteals, keeping the arms in cactus if that feels good. Let the hips come down with the exhale, and then inhale, lift again, squeeze those gluteals, feel the lift. Exhale, soften, relax the hips, almost down to the floor again. One more time with your inhale, squeeze and lift those hips. And this time, as you exhale, keeping the upper arms on the floor, release those lower arms down and the hips down, and stretch your legs out. Let's do a pencil stretch. As you're ready, point the toes, bring the arms up overhead. You can interlace your fingers, maybe do it in the non-habitual way today. And with an inhale, point. And stretch from the core out both directions. And as you exhale, soften and let the limbs flop out. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, point and stretch. Exhale, soften, flop. 1 more breath with a pencil stretch as you inhale. And exhale, soften and flop. Now it's time to put our feet up and relax as completely as possible. So find yourself wherever it works best for you to rest your feet on a chair or up a wall, and do rest. This is your opportunity to bring more relaxation into your body. And remember those 4 words. If your mind starts spinning, bring the mind to those 4 words: compassion, care, gratitude, appreciation. Those 4 words will help your heart and brain harmonize. Okay, so I will turn my my mic off, and I'll also stop the recording now. So if you're listening to this recording, it's time now for you to relax as completely as possible. And whether you're listening to the recording or me right now, this is your time to meditate. So quiet, relax, Bring your feet up and rest for 5 minutes, well, 4.5 minutes, and then we'll come back together. And if you're listening to the recording, you're on your own.